Sahana vavatu Sahana bhunaktu Sahaviryam karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to everyone, we welcome to the Satsanga of the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. We'll do the study circle, continue on Gita Vahini. And you got on your the soft copy is chapter 11, page, what page? 49. So that nobody got the email, we should answer. Chapter 11, page 49. And the hard copy, chapter 11, page 96. So just I wanted, Swami wants us to have increased awareness. So anyway, we'll start on page 96. 6 and 97. Yeah, no, you correct, 96. Starting well superior to those. Here in the book, it is the last paragraph. So just briefly, at least we should remember these salient or important points we discussed. Two main things we discussed last week. One is danger of doubt. So it says, you don't have faith is okay, but don't have doubt. Don't doubt anyone, anything, particularly God and the Guru. It says, what is the famous formula? Lord Krishna said, Samshayatma Vinashyati. This is very serious. If you have doubt, you will perish. That is the downfall. You're gone. So that is why you should not have doubt. And even Jesus said, what did he say? Mustard seed of faith moves mountains. So if you just have that little thing, you can even say, mountain move, it will move. That is importance of faith. And there are many cases of that, so where faith made all the difference between what they do. Like there is many examples in the Bible, in our scriptures. Even we talked about the Krishna and Arjuna example, how Arjuna, whatever Lord said, he just believed it, not the crow, peacock, or whatever it is. So complete faith is important and don't have any doubts. So that further we should pray God. Sometimes this monkey mind plays tricks, so try to say that we have faith. Second important point we discussed is doership. There are two things, obstacles. We have whole Bhagavad Gita emphasis is on Nishkama Karma, thinking, dedicating all actions to God. There are two main obstacles because we are all interested. We go Sunday service activity. Down now they want to do the truck food or medical camps. We were all good. But two things, if you really want to have benefit, but there's always benefit when you give food to the hungry, there's benefit. Hunger is gone. Medical relief, that is one thing good about service, tangible results are there. But you want spiritual benefit, two major obstacles, doership, enjoyership, kartrutva and bhoktrutva. You need to get rid of that. Otherwise, you will be bound. That is the whole emphasis. And we gave the example how Swami said, for the snake, the poison comes through the two fangs. Similarly, for our thing, these two things. I am the doer and I want the results. Or ahankara and mamakara. I am the doer and I want attachment. So both attachment and pride, these two. Actually, I heard one, this I never heard before, Swami telling one of the devotees, he asked a question. This is there in Mahabharata, you know, during the war, because it was getting difficult. So then this Arjuna has to defeat Drona. He is a powerful, his own guru, and he's very powerful. He is the one who taught him. So how can it be very difficult? So then they had to play a little game. Sri Krishna said, Chase Ashwathama Hata Kunjarai. Dharmaraja didn't want to tell her, but Lord Krishna said, you tell that Ashwathama died, but you can mumble. Elephant, because elephant, his name is also Ashwathama. Ashwathama is the son of Drona. He says Ashwathama died. You didn't hear that, right? So that guy didn't hear. So poor guy, the Drona dropped the thing and then attacked, killed. Because Dharmaraja is what? Dharma Raja, embodiment of Dharma. He's never like tell lies. He's always straightforward. That is why they had to go in the forest, because it's so straightforward. But this time he did. That is why all of these people had to go through hell. But Dharmaraja was going to heaven, but just for a fraction of the time, he had to go through hell. Why? Because of the lie. Somebody said, he didn't, poor guy, he said, Krishna is the one who made him. So Krishna should also go to through the hell. But no, Dharma, this is a nice aspect. Swami said, Dharmaraja, if you thought it is God who did this, give it to God, you would not have gone through the hell. He thought he told the lie, because of that Drona died. He had the doership. I told the lie, because of Drona was attacked and killed. This is wrong. So he didn't have belief. Because once God tells, you are not bound. You should have that complete belief. It is God who is doing that, not me. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 11, that is Vishwa Rupa Sandarshan, where the Lord shows his cosmic form, all the planets, galaxies, even that whole war is going on in front. So after that, he shows all those people whom he is going to kill, they're already killed. They're already killed. You are just happen to be there. Nimitta matram avasabhya sachin. This is another big mantra kind of thing. Nimitta matram. You are just happen to be here, just happen to be there. Nimitta matram. You are just an instrument. Bhava sabhisachi. Sabhisachi means he is Arjuna, who could shoot arrows with both the hands. So, to prove that always, constantly, when you dedicate your actions, everything, then you are not bound by the results, good or bad. Whereas if you think you are the doer, yes, you'll get the good results for the good deeds, bad results for the bad deeds. But if you want to transcend this bondage of karma, the main thing is you need to go through this. And remember always, I am not the doer. God is the doer. We even gave the example, right? How like the machine operates, makes it rotate like merry-go-round. God makes that. We are the puppeteers. He's the puppeteer, we are the puppets. So we need to constantly remember that. These are the couple of points we discussed. Anybody else? That's why dive deep whenever, at least major points, we need to think about it, contemplate. How is it relevant to our daily life? Because every day we go through many things where we need to test our faith and whether we have doubts and how we are doing our work with the feeling of doership or not, because this is practical spirituality. Okay, so you want to continue on that page, or Nirupama, you have any comments to make from the last week's discussion? Otherwise, we start page 96, saying, well, superior to both those.
I was just going to say that I think one of the points that was made that really struck me is how insidious doubt really is. And I think Bhagwan compared it to a tubercular bacilli, which is a sort of a slow process, and people that have it get sick slowly. And that's what happens with doubt. If we start to doubt even, our purpose, or if we start to doubt anything that's happening as the will of God, then that really does become harmful, not just to our physical body, but to our emotional state as well.
That's a good point. So you may not have it, but slowly somebody puts the seed of doubt in you. Hey, Swami is God, that's why he did that. Because one of the greatest example is in Ramayana, Kaikeyi, she loved Rama more than Kausalya loved Rama. That's what they say. She loved him so much, more than her own son Bharata. But because that lady, that Manthara, some bad company, she put that seed of doubt. Hey, he's doing this planning, he's scheming, so he's trying to do that. So slowly everything she looks in the light. So we should be careful with the company. Some people who are bad company, even though you have good thoughts, suddenly they'll go on, and if you go on listening to these bad thoughts, everybody can influence. That is why Swami says, always ABC, always be careful about the company. You said run away from bad company. So there's so many great people like Bhishma, downfall was because of Duryodhana. Karna, their downfall was because of the Duryodhana. So all the good people also can be perish because of the bad company. So always be careful with the company we keep. Very good point. Yes, Pravina, she wants.
Sairam, what I wanted to bring up is the not to get confused with the doubt and inquiry. It's okay to not know and ask a question, but the doubt is different.
Yes.
Right.
Very important point, because Swami said, that's why when Swami is God or not, even Sri Ramakrishna, so first don't blindly say, oh, Swami is God, and inquire why. Like Vivekananda said, he tested Sri Ramakrishna whether he really conquered lust and greed. He really tested his guru. He was only a young man, 19 years old, but he tested. But once you accept, once you know, then don't waver. That is why Swami says, when you put a picture, you try to see whether it stays. But once you are there, then don't go on shaking. Just you need to first test and make sure. But once you are convinced that it is there, then you go on, don't waver. So that's what Swami says. Yeah, in the beginning, you question so that you are convinced, yes, I am on the right path. Once you are convinced, then you don't go on vacillating and wavering. That is the important point. Yes, good point. Yeah, anybody else like that? Any comments we have? This is a thing where we can share our thoughts and clarify.
Sairam. Well, superior to both these is dhyana yoga. I shall tell you why. Dhyana yoga needs the support of karma yoga, and so karma yoga was first taught to you. Those who renounce the fruits while actively engaged in karma are very dear to me. They are the true sannyasins, the real renouncers. I have no affection for those who give up the ritual fire and desist from all activity except eating, sleeping, and craving for sensory pleasures, and behave like Kumbhakarna's kinsmen, idling and wasting their time. I am unapproachably far from idlers. He who has not renounced the pursuit of wishes can never become a yogi, however busy he may be in sadhana. Only he who is careful not to get entangled in the senses and who is unattached to the consequences of his deeds can be a sarvasanga parityagi, renouncer of all attachments. Dhyana yoga is possible only on the basis of this nishkama karma. If the mind is not under control and amenable to one's orders, it can become one's greatest foe. So live in solitude so that you can master the senses. A horse without reins, a bull unused to the yoke, and a sadhaka whose senses are not mastered are like a river without water. Such sadhana is a waste. So arise, Arjuna, practice dhyana yoga. Resolve to master the senses through this yoga and follow it steadily, systematically, regularly, and at a stated time and in a stated place. without changing them as the whim takes you. A regular system is essential for this yoga. Observe it strictly. Do not alter as fancy dictates. That will bring about dire consequences. For those who eat too much and get exhausted with the task of assimilating it, for those who eat less and suffer from exhaustion, for those who sleep too much or too little, for those who indulge in dhyana according to convenience, that is, to say those who do it for long hours one day because they have no other work, and do just token dhyana the next day because they have lots of work. For those who give free rein to the 6 inner enemies, kama, krodha, and the rest. For those who do not confer joy on parents, and especially the mother. More than all these, for those who entertain doubt and have little faith in the Lord or in the Guru, whom they have chosen and installed in their hearts, dhyana will yield no fruit at all. The mind of the yoga adept should be like the
We're
steady.
going marathon. I think we all.
Oh, maybe stop. Yeah, there's a lot. It's pretty loaded. Sorry about that. I'll continue. I really loved this section. So I think I read quite a bit of it. I think it's really important because for me personally, dhyana is one of my favorite topics to talk about, actually. But I think there's so many things here that, as those of us who are on a spiritual path, you know, it's considered one of the 8 limbs of yoga and probably one of the final ones. And here, Lord Krishna really describes beautifully how we have to implement it at a set time, a set place. He doesn't really give us a time limit, but I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, and talks a lot about meditation. I think one of the things he said is if you don't meditate or you meditate for 2 minutes because you don't have enough time, you should meditate for an hour and a half, something like that, because you don't have enough time. So it's spending that time in that contemplation and reflection. And this is where we accomplish that sense of oneness that the Lord has been talking about this whole time. And I think when we engage in other aspects of sadhana, all of it can really be a form of dhyana yoga, where we're putting some level of meditation when we focus and contemplate on the Lord or on just the dharma of being able to engage in that particular sadhana, whether it's doing seva or whether it's reading scriptures or singing bhajans, whatever we're choosing to do, dhyana yoga has some component in all of that. It's almost like, to me, it's almost like thread, which kind of links a lot of different cloths in all the activities we do.
Yeah, one of the major 4 yogas Lord Krishna talked in the Bhagavad Gita is Karma Yoga, the path of actions, particularly Nishkama Karma Yoga, and the Bhakti Yoga, the path of love, path of devotion, and Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge through the self-inquiry, and this Raja Yoga, the path of meditation, mind control and meditation. And if you want to know the details, you go to chapter 6 in Bhagavad Gita, that is called Atma Samyama Yoga. It means Atma Samyama, Atma. You can't control Atma. Here Atma means mind. You're controlling mind. There is one thing about Sanskrit. This Atma can be used in different contexts. So Atma is the highest beyond all name, form, attributes. There is a soul, ultimate, big self. Atma is also used in context with mind control. Atma is also in contact with body, Atma Hatya. This is how can you kill Atma? You can't kill Atma. Atma Hatya, there it refers to the killing of the body. So second thing I would recommend, that's why I want you to we should all deeply think, is Swami himself wrote a Vahini called Dhyana Vahini. How do you do meditation? Because there are so many techniques of our meditation. some do on the light. Swami gave a Jyoti meditation, and Swami gave also the meditation Soham meditation, and that's breath. Swami showed the meditation, thinking about the name, and then Japas, Rupa, Sakita, both chanting the name and seeing the form. So there are very many kinds of meditation. Any one meditation is good, but for that, Swami said, final stage should become two important things. Final goal in the beginning, we can't do that. One is dhyana, dhyata, dhyeya should become one. In the beginning, I am meditating. So I'm meditating in Swami's form, or I'm meditating in light, or I'm meditating on qualities also like love, compassion. You can even meditate on those wonderful qualities, then you become one. You became. In the beginning, so that is called object of meditation, and you are the meditator and the object of meditation and the process of meditation. In the beginning, you are meditator, dhyata, dhyana, dhyaya, they call. You are the meditator, you are meditating on something, so all different. The real meditation is where you don't feel the difference, all become one. That's why Swami used to joke, somebody's meditation, then little fly comes and on the nose. That means still you are not meditating, because still you are in so conscious of your body and senses. So that is an ultimate goal. It's not easy, ultimately. And second thing is, not just in a specific period of time you do the meditation, which in the beginning is good. That is why Swami emphasized you should have niyama nishta. That means particular period of time, in the morning, evening, or you make it. That is why Swami says, niyama nishthalatoda nanugolluchu varini kapaduchundeti ganatanaki. People with discipline and faith do it regularly, I will take care of them. I will show them the way. But we need to have the discipline. Swami says, one day you can do it at 8 o'clock, another day 10 o'clock, another day. You need to have, like Swami gives the example of like a dog, you give the food, at the same time it comes. Same thing, you should train your mind. And he said, even when you are traveling or when you are going to work, that particular time, automatically your mind should be thinking about that. The discipline, it will automatically go. If you develop that, God will make it happen. So really, I can tell that that's very important. You need to have the depth. Then every activity becomes meditation. Swami says, then you are walking in meditation, and then working is meditation, and breathing, everything. There's nothing but meditation. Like the famous Brother Lawrence, the great Carmelite monk, he said, I am in tune with the Lord as much when I'm working in the kitchen, in the middle of clutter and noise, as much when I'm bending at the kneeling at the altar. So that becomes, for them, everything is a meditation. Otherwise, and second thing is, sometimes what all people trying to do is trying to meditate. You can't meditate for hours, even by definition. A unit of dhyanam is only 12 seconds. So just that is actually dharana. It is called just to be able to focus. It is not easy. Even Swami said 11 seconds we can't focus. Mind suddenly jumps. Monkey mind, right? It jumps. And that 12 times 12, that is 144 seconds, is one unit of meditation. That is how much? 2 minutes, 24 seconds, right? 144 seconds is 2 minutes, 24 seconds is called meditation. So if you can really do 2 minutes, 24 seconds, you did the meditation. For that dharana is, but 12 times that becomes samadhi. That is what Sri Ramakrishna went in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, alas. That is why Swami says, you do it for hours, but what all we are trying to do is trying to meditate. We're trying to bring mind goes away, again bring back, again goes away. To attain that particular state, you have to have so many hours of preparation. So that is why we in Prashanthi, when Swami was there was a routine. So after bhajan, or particularly people from overseas, they used to have this meditation after the bhajan. So you go inside, they allowed only overseas people. And they say, oh, they start, Swami used to be in the veranda. This is all stunt, used to call. Stunt means they're thinking meditation, but their mind is wavering. But Swami encouraged that, otherwise they would not have that program. The main thing is to try to be prepared, like everything credentials. We want to have Brahma Sutras. They say, want to attain Brahman, you have to have Viveka, Vairagya, those 6 things, and Mumuksha. So similarly for this dhyana, Patanjali has beautifully said, you should have Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana. That is the 7th stage. And Samadhi. People suddenly start dhyana in the 7th stage without like going to PhD class, without going to high school or college. How does it? You will be misfit there. Similarly, you need to, so your mind, first is Yama, Niyama, Pratyahara, means you try to withdraw your mind from others. And then comes Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So first you need to be ready to be having the meditation. But still, we should not be disheartened. For that, this is basic rules, he said. This is a part of the chapter 6. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. It says yuktahara means you should have moderation in eating. So you should not eat too much, you should not eat too little. How do we know we have to? So somebody is 300 pounds, they have to eat so much. Somebody is skinny, a small child, has to. How do we know it is too much or too little? I asked that question to Swami because I don't know how much is too much, too much. So Swami, how would I know how is too much, I'm eating too little? Swami said 2 factors, common sense factors. Before you eat, when you're hungry, you're light, right? You feel light. And then you're hungry. So after finishing eating, it should be same light. Only difference should be that hunger pain should be gone. So the food is like medicine for the disease of hunger. So it should be same light. So if you are feeling, I can't breathe, I can't get up, it is up to here, that means there's a problem, we have overeaten. And second thing is, after eating some wrong foods, you will drink too much water, you feel like too thirsty and that. So these are the 2 general ideas how you are overeating, because the quantity of food what you eat is varies from your size, gender. Some people are very busy, actually working, do too much exercise. Their caloric intake is varies. But in general, that is the path, middle path. So you don't eat ektahara vihara, not too much eating and too little. Because if you don't eat at all, we are too hungry. Your mind. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, for a hungry man, don't teach Vedanta. Give him a piece of bread so that his hunger goes away. That is important. And yukta chestasya karmasu, and also work. Some people they call workaholics, 18 hours a day. That is not good according to yoga, because your mind is restless, it is agitated, you never had time. So that is also middle path. And with swapnava bodhasya, even sleeping. So some people eat 12 hours, that is bad. Some people eat sleep only 4 hours, that is also bad, because now we find the need for sleep. So that's why our SSI with the medical doctors introduced this. Some you might have attended that in Neelam gave and some other doctor, E's workshop. That is what on the basic stuff. E means, anybody knows here? So you should have heard that. There's a part, E's workshop. Simple thing. First is eat properly. Should have attitude, a positive attitude towards everything. Don't think, that gets, some people have from friends, and he will cheat you, he will do that. So always they're so pessimistic about other people, that attitude all negative. So eat properly, attitude. S is sleep. Sleep properly. Sleep soundly and soundly. And next E is exercise. So these are common sense things. You don't need to be great eating, exercising, sleeping, and nice attitude. Then that will give you both physical and mental health. Because right now you are into the psychiatric thing with the children. I read the other day, 1 billion people in the world have mental problem. 1 billion. That means 8 billion on the earth. 1 in 8 people have a problem with mental problem. Can you believe that? I couldn't believe. And there are so many young people, teenagers, they have depression and increased rate of suicide. And yesterday also, from American Medical Association, I got a notice saying that they are applying to the Congress to put Surgeon General notice, like for example, smoking is dangerous for health, watch out. They put for tobacco smoking, for alcohol, watch out. Same thing for social media, all this Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It is spoiling the minds of so many children. They will have, even Haima, when she was practiced 10 years ago, she used to say children cannot sleep because they have that thing in the night. So they're, and you should tell that, Nirupama, you deal with the children often. So how, and you, Sridevi, you both are pediatricians. So what do you think about the social media? So they're helping people? Yeah. Yeah, just so much damage in the name of that. If you use it for spreading, like we do that WhatsApp messages, Swami's teaching, Swami's message, Swami's works, so same thing like knife you can use to kill or do. So we should be very careful with these things. So that is why if you are doing all that, your mind cannot focus. So meditation you want to do, you watch the whole day those messages and you quietly say it, all those thoughts will come. So,
Los Angeles school district, they banned
yeah, I heard that, yeah.
phones. Already they are seeing the results improving, their scores. They're in the classes, they're paying more attention. And a lot of people opposed it, but they're experimenting. If it's successful, they're going to do the other different
States,
school districts
yeah.
also. Right now, they are doing at Los Angeles.
Yeah, someplace they said they have to put the phone, some teachers, even before this rule came, in Palace Ward is my granddaughter, where she goes, the teacher says, it doesn't matter, you just put it before you enter the class, you cannot enter with the phone. You have to put, and there's some special lock thing they put in a locker box or something like that. They do that, which is good because it became they say it is an addiction, like just like drug addiction, this became an addiction.
I used to do the same thing when I was in Houston. Our Psi Center used to tutor at one of the high schools. And so my class, I said, okay, here's a box. Everybody has to drop their phone in it. And I got so much pushback from the kids. And even one girl said, oh, my mom is in Las Vegas. She's going to call me. I was like, well, give me your phone. I'll answer it and tell her you're in tutoring and that she can call you at 11 when we're done. And then, everybody reluctantly finally did it. Then as we kept doing it every week, it became more of a habit. They were readily willing to give up their phone. And then we had their attention and we could actually teach.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's in Dear Abby column, I was reading one grandma. Every year she has been cooking Thanksgiving dinner, the special day for the whole family. And then all the grandkids come and she work all night hard working to do the turkey and all. They spend so much time, right, for cooking. And then when they sit for dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, these all the children, all grandchildren, chick, typing in the phone, not paying attention, talking to anybody. Everybody's there on their own phone. And she got fed up and then she put a basket outside the room. Whoever wants to eat, sit in the Thanksgiving dinner, eat, come put the phones completely in the basket and come and eat. After a while, they got used to now. They all talk. They spend 2-3 hours, and Thanksgiving they spend more time to eat. That's their best, one of the top.
They may not like it, but in the beginning you need to be tough, and then after a while they will learn. Yeah, this is even not only children. We are also, it's sometimes necessary, but we also get addicted.
I was actually just going to, kind of swerve back to meditation a little bit because there's a lot of information, even in medical literature, about the benefits of meditation on health. So if people aren't regularly doing it, it would be good to try to start. But it lowers blood pressure and it sort of also lowers your reaction time. I actually can't donate blood because my blood pressure is too low usually. And I was like, oh, meditation works. But there's a lot of benefit to it. So if you're not doing it, I highly recommend doing it. And like Uncle was saying, there are different types that you can do. Another one that a lot of Buddhists will do is the loving kindness meditation or metta, where you direct this loving energy not just outwardly, but also to yourself, because self-compassion is a very strong principle within the Buddhist teachings. And for that matter, even in Hinduism and Vedanta, really, because of the oneness that we have with divine, it's really important to have that passion for yourself. So.
Yeah, that's what we said, that meditation could be on the light or on the name of God, form of God, or on even any quality, love, kindness. Those are all the various ways. Just focus on one particular things. That's all the whole thing is. That's why for that, here we missed that particular important point. Swami said, so live in solitude. Now and then, even Sri Ramakrishna said, even householders, at least once a month, one day go someplace and live in solitude, or just in your house you can just, but don't interact too much, because our outgoing tendency, mind always goes here, there. So once in a while you need to live in solitude, be quiet by yourself between you and God, that practice of. So if meditation may be hard, that is why in some other places you can't use the word meditation. When I was in Indonesia, Muslim, so instead of that we say silent sitting. So just people just let them sit silently for about 15 minutes. A lot of people cannot sit silently for 15 minutes. They will be moving hands, face, they jittery, mind wandering. So just a constant practice, silent sitting, quiet sitting. So then it calms our nerves. As you said, it helps your blood pressure, it helps your heart rate, it helps your breathing. They found so many benefits, medical benefit in addition to the spiritual benefits.
Today's entire reading is almost about moderation, even in the way we practice spiritual activities. This is what Buddha emphasized as middle path. How does one determine the optimal time and energy for spiritual practices without getting into excesses? That's, I think you explained.
There is one thing I told before, moderation is only for food, sleep, activity, not for spiritual practice. For loving God, you do day and night, every moment. Be mad after God, be intoxicated with God, be possessed of God. For God, thinking no limit. That's what Sri Ramakrishna said. People are all mad. Some people are mad after money, mad after family, mad after children, property, name, fame. I am mad after God. So the best madness is to be mad after God. So that is the most harmless madness, which actually gives you bliss ultimately. So there is no restriction for divine madness. So divine practices. That is Swami Sarvada, Sarvatra, Sarvakaleshu Harichintanam. All the time, all places should think about God, because that is what gives us joy.